Let's talk about improv. Hey everyone, I'm Matthew Cornwell with Get Taped here in Atlanta, Georgia, one of Atlanta's original audition taping services. As always, check out the description below for information on our business. Now on to our topic. Improv. So why is it that improv is so important? Why is it that casting directors value this skill so highly when they see it on your resume? Well, first, let me dispel a pervasive rumor that improv is supposed to be funny, because that is not the primary goal. Well, if you're going to see The Buskers on a Friday night, that's a little improv troupe with me, my wife Brooke, and our dear friends Eric and Lauren, and you're paying money, well then yes, there's an expectation that you're there to have fun and there to laugh. And we, as an improv troupe, will design the show to maximize that entertainment value. But the art form of improv at its core is about truth, just like your other acting classes. What makes it unique though? To answer that, let me first talk about a concept from psychology called negative programming. From a very early age, all the authority figures in our life use the word no. When you're 2 years old and you try to touch the oven, your mom yells no. When you're 5 and you try to cross the street without looking both ways, your parents yell no. When you're in school and you're thinking about cheating on your math test, teacher says no. When you're a teenager and you ask your parents to get your nose pierced and they say no, you are not walking out of the house looking like that. There are so many circumstances where we are told no. Using no is a powerful way to set boundaries for children, and I'm not trying to make a comment on whether you should or should not use negative programming with your children. But as we grow up, that little voice stays with us, for better or for worse. I mean, yeah, it keeps you from putting your finger into an electric socket when you're 25 years old, hopefully. But as an artist, that little voice telling you no is highly destructive. Because art is about creativity and possibility. And if you're already telling yourself no before you even get started, well, then you'll never reach your full potential. The fundamental tenet of any improv class is saying yes and to any piece of information that is offered to the scene by your partner. And once you're doing that freely in your improv scenes, it creates plot twists and character attributes that are not expected, and very quickly. Honestly, as an audience member, that's one of the reasons why improv is funny. You see a scene developing very fast, in a very unexpected way, and your brain just doesn't know how to compute that. And the result is laughter. Add on top of that fun characters, accents and dialects and crazy games, and that's how you end up thinking that improv is always supposed to be funny. Anyways, I'm getting lost in the weeds here. There are so many nuances to this art form, but trust me when I say that this burden of negative programming that we all carry with us into adulthood is one of the hardest hurdles to get over as an improv student. Once you overcome it though, it opens up an entire new world of creativity. And that is why improv is so important. Because when you've torn down those walls, you listen better, even in your scripted scenes. And when your partner does something unexpected, even in a scripted scene, you're more prepared to go with the flow instead of trying to stick rigidly to your plan. You remember Bob Ross, the painter who used to be on PBS, I think? Well, he went into every episode with a plan. He would actually paint a sample before the show, and then during the episode would try to recreate his sample. But he didn't always do it perfectly. In fact, sometimes he would deviate from that plan accidentally, and he'd let you know. He'd say, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. But what he said next is very important. He would turn to the camera and say, but we don't make mistakes. We only make happy accidents. And I love that, especially as it pertains to acting. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. You see what I'm getting at? Improv as a skill is not just valuable when there's no script. The change that happens once you have been through an improv class will improve all of your acting, even when you're working with a director who allows zero deviation from the script, because it keeps you in the moment, focused on your partner, and ready for anything. So now that I've theoretically convinced you on the importance of improv, how long should you train? Well, the bad news is 1 8-week class won't be enough to break down all of that negative programming and build up new habits. This will take time. I would recommend at least a year of consistent weekly improv class. Personally, I started in 2004 and took an improv class every week for almost 10 years straight. Mostly because I just fell in love with the art form itself, but also I was reaping the rewards as I went along, even in my TV and film career. Now, there's so much more to talk about, especially in regards to when you should use improv, when it's appropriate to deviate from the script, but we'll save that for another video. For now, just get yourself to an improv class. If you're in a major city, I promise you there are plenty of options for you. If you're in Atlanta specifically, well then comment below or hit us up over email to ask us about options here in Atlanta. We offer an improv class specifically designed for the television and film actor. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on set. Go make some happy accidents.